All right, so you're getting ready for an interview for an academic advisor position.
That's great.
That's awesome. And we have some really great resources here from RoleCatcher to help you prepare. We've
Absolutely.
got career guides, we have sample interview questions,
Yeah.
and we even have some information about their AI tools.
It's like having a whole interview prep team.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
your pocket.
And think of this deep dive as like your secret weapon.
Yeah.
We're not going to just tell you what to say,
Right.
but we're going to help you understand what those interviewers are really looking for and why.
We're going to unpack kind of the core duties of an academic advisor.
Right.
We'll delve into some of those common interview questions that you're going to encounter,
All right.
sprinkle in some career insights along the way,
I like the sprinkling.
and even show you how RoleCatcher can give you that extra edge in your preparation.
I love it. Let's dive in.
Let's do it.
First things first, can you kind of just paint a picture for me? What does an academic advisor actually do?
So imagine being a mentor, a coach, and a cheerleader, all rolled into one for college students.
Oh, well.
You're there to guide them on their academic journey. You help them choose courses. You help them understand degree requirements.
Okay.
You help them plan their careers.
Wow.
You even offer them advice about studying and things like that.
So you're like their academic Sherpa,
That's a great analogy.
helping them reach the summit.
And speaking of summits, the career outlook for academic advisors is looking pretty good.
Well, good.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects a 7% growth rate from 2019 to 2029.
Wow, that's faster than average, isn't it?
Exactly. More and more people are realizing the importance of education,
Right.
which means a growing need for guidance and support.
That makes sense.
So that's good news for aspiring advisors.
Okay, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty here, the interview itself.
Okay.
RoleCatcher provided us with 10 common interview questions.
All right.
So let's unpack a few, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, here's one that I think a lot of people kind of struggle with. How do you stay up to date with the latest trends and best practices in academic advising?
That is a really important question
Okay.
because it's really all about your commitment to continuous learning. You know, education is a field that is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
So you need to demonstrate to that interviewer that you are engaged and staying current.
So how do you suggest tackling this question without it sounding like you're just listing things off?
You have to bring it to life
Okay.
with some concrete examples.
Okay.
So you might mention conferences, workshops, webinars that you've attended.
Uh-huh.
You might highlight professional organizations that you're a part of, like NACADA, the National Academic Advising Association. And don't forget to mention, just staying up on the latest publications research in the field.
So it's all about showing them that you're not just passively taking in information, but you're actively seeking out opportunities to grow.
Absolutely. You're taking initiative. You're genuinely passionate about this field and committed to providing students with the best guidance.
Okay, next question. This one can feel a little intimidating.
Okay.
How do you handle difficult advising situations, such as a student who's struggling academically or emotionally?
This is your chance to shine.
Okay.
You can demonstrate your empathy, your problem-solving skills, and that you're able to handle challenges with grace and professionalism.
So it's not just about having the right answers.
No.
It's about being a human.
Yeah, being a human.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Connecting with these students on a deeper level.
Share a specific situation, maybe from your past, where you helped a student who was maybe feeling overwhelmed or facing academic difficulties. Highlight your approach, maybe what resources you tapped into,
Yeah.
and what the outcome of that situation was.
And it's okay to acknowledge that those are really difficult situations, right?
Of course.
You don't have to pretend that it's always easy breezy.
Yeah,
And in fact, showing that vulnerability, I think, can make you even more relatable.
absolutely. Authenticity is key.
Yeah. Okay, speaks of vulnerability. Let's tackle another question that's super important in today's world. How do you ensure that your advising services are inclusive and accessible to all students, regardless of their background or identity?
This question gets to the heart of creating an equitable and welcoming environment for all students.
And how would you go about answering a question like that?
So you can start by acknowledging any training you have
Okay.
in diversity, equity, inclusion. But more importantly, you want to focus on practical examples of how you've put those principles into action.
So instead of just saying, I value diversity, I might talk about a time when I adapted my communication style to better connect with a student from a different cultural background.
Exactly.
Or maybe I created some resources to support students with disabilities.
That's a great example.
Yeah, so it's about showing that you're not just talking the talk,
Yeah.
but you're walking the walk.
You're living it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
These questions are pretty intense, but I'm starting to see how they're designed to really reveal the qualities that make a truly great academic advisor.
They are. And one of the most valuable qualities is the ability to stay organized and manage your time effectively.
Okay.
So another common question you might encounter is, how do you prioritize your workload and manage all those competing demands on your time?
Time management, that's the key to everything,
It is.
especially when you're juggling so many different students' needs and deadlines and meetings and who knows what else might come up.
You got it. So in answering this question, you want to highlight the systems that you use to stay organized, whether it's a to-do list, a calendar,
Yeah.
project management software, whatever it is.
Your system.
Share specific examples of how you've effectively managed your time in the past, especially when you were faced with maybe competing priorities.
So I might talk about a time when I had to balance advising appointments
Yeah.
with committee meetings,
Yeah.
with a research project, and still make sure I was responding to all those student emails in a timely manner.
Exactly. You're giving them a glimpse into your process and demonstrating that you can handle the pressure
Yeah.
without, dropping any balls.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here,
We have.
and I'm already feeling more confident about tackling those questions.
Good.
But before we move on, I'm curious, how can tools like RoleCatcher help someone prepare for these specific questions?
Well, that's where the magic of AI comes in.
Oh, AI.
RoleCatcher's interview prep tool is like having a personalized coach right there in your pocket.
Okay.
It provides you with a huge library of practice questions,
Okay.
but it also gives you AI-powered feedback on your answers.
So it's not just about practicing, it's about practicing smart.
Exactly. The AI can analyze your responses, it can identify areas where you could improve,
Wow.
and even suggest alternative ways to phrase things to make your answer stronger.
So it's like having an interview expert who's helping you just finesse everything
It is.
and really boost your confidence.
Exactly.
Wow, that's incredible.
And it doesn't stop there. They also have a CV resume builder that uses AI to analyze job descriptions to help you tailor your resume
Okay.
so that it stands out from the crowd.
It's like having a resume guru who knows exactly what they're looking for.
Right. These AI tools can really take a lot of the guesswork out of the preparation process.
Okay, so we've covered some pretty crucial interview questions and kind of touched on how RoleCatcher can really be a game changer here.
We have, but there's more to come.
Oh.
In part 2, we'll continue our deep dive into interview prep, explore some even more challenging questions,
Oh, good.
and dive deeper into how to leverage those AI-powered tools, so stay tuned.
I'm excited to dive deeper. See you in part 2.
Welcome back to our deep dive.
I'm ready for round 2.
All right?
We've got more questions to unpack and more to learn about how RoleCatcher can help us out here.
Absolutely. Let's jump right into a question that really focuses on results. How do you measure the effectiveness of your advising services and track student success?
Okay, so this one's all about showing them that you're not just winging it,
Yeah.
you're actually having an impact. How can a candidate really highlight that?
You want to think about any experience you have with maybe data analysis or evaluation. Have you used any student success metrics or conducted surveys to get feedback?
Okay.
Share some specific examples of how you've actually tracked progress and used data to inform your advising strategies.
So if I were interviewing a software program, I might talk about how I use a specific software program to track students' academic progress, or how I implemented a feedback system to gain insights from both students and faculty.
Those are great examples.
That really shows I'm data-driven,
It does.
and I care about the results.
Absolutely. All right, let's shift gears a little bit
Okay.
to a question that requires a little bit of finesse.
Ooh, for finesse.
How do you balance the needs of individual students with the broader goals of the institution?
This one sounds tricky.
It can be. It's like you're walking a tightrope between advocating for those students and upholding the policies and priorities of the university.
Yeah. How do you find that balance without stumbling?
The key is to show that you understand both sides.
Okay.
So share a specific situation where you maybe had to navigate this challenge.
Okay.
Maybe you had a student who wanted to take a course that wasn't required for their degree,
Yeah.
but you knew it would be really beneficial for their career goals.
Right. So I might explain how I worked with that student to come up with a plan that met both their needs and the institutional requirements.
Exactly.
Maybe suggested an elective that aligned with their interests or helped them petition for an exception.
Yeah.
It's all about those win-win solutions.
It is. You're showing your ability to think critically, communicate effectively, and find those creative solutions.
Okay.
You got it.
So you're showing that you're a leader.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm ready for a question that emphasizes teamwork.
Okay, here we go. How do you collaborate with other departments and stakeholders to support student success?
Collaboration, that's key.
It is. So how can a candidate really demonstrate their ability to work effectively with others? Think about any experience you have working with faculty, staff, administrators, maybe even external partners.
Okay.
Did you ever work with a professor to create a tutoring program for a challenging course? Or partner with a local organization to offer internship opportunities?
So highlighting those specific instances of collaboration,
Yeah,
especially the ones that had positive outcomes.
absolutely.
I love it.
You got it.
Now, before we move on to the next question, I'm curious to hear more about how RoleCatcher's AI-powered interview prep tool can help with these types of questions.
It really is a game changer. It's like having a personalized interview coach in your pocket 24/7.
Okay.
The AI analyzes your responses, provides tailored feedback, and even suggests alternative phrasing to strengthen your answers.
So it's not just practice, it's practice with purpose.
The AI can help you pinpoint those areas where you might be rambling or being too vague or not highlighting those key strengths.
It's like having another set of eyes on you. That's amazing.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm ready for another challenging question. Hit me.
All right, let's test those time management skills. How do you prioritize your workload and manage those competing demands on your time?
Okay, this is a question I think that everyone dreads, but it's so important, especially for a role like this.
It is.
So what's the best way to approach it?
Be ready to share those strategies that you use to stay organized and how you go about prioritizing your tasks. Do you use a to-do list, a calendar, project management software?
Yeah.
Whatever works for you?
My system.
Exactly.
Okay.
And give them some examples of how you've managed your time effectively, especially when you've had competing deadlines and responsibilities.
Right, so I might talk about how I use a color-coded calendar to keep track of appointments and deadlines, or how I create a prioritized task list each morning, focusing on the urgent and important items first.
Exactly. You're demonstrating that you have systems in place to
Right.
stay on top of things.
Okay.
They want to see that you are proactive, you're organized, and you can handle that fast-paced environment without getting overwhelmed.
All right, let's shift gears to a question that's really important for this field. How do you handle confidential information in your role as an academic advisor? This is huge, right?
Students need to feel confident
Yeah.
that their information is being handled with care and discretion.
Absolutely.
So this is your opportunity to demonstrate your understanding of those ethical guidelines
Yeah.
and your commitment to student privacy. So be sure to mention FERPA,
Oh,
the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act,
Right.
and share some examples of how you've handled sensitive information in the past.
So I might talk about how I always obtain informed consent before sharing any student information,
Yeah.
or how I ensure that confidential records are stored securely, or how I avoid discussing student matters in public areas.
Those are all great examples.
So building trust,
Absolutely.
that's key.
It is. All right, ready for a question that explores your tech savviness.
Absolutely. Technology is such a huge part of education these days.
It is. So how do you use technology to support your advising practice?
I'm excited for this one.
All right, think about all those technologies you've used: student information systems, advising software, online communication platforms, video conferencing tools.
Right.
Even social media highlight how these tools have helped you maybe streamline processes, improve communication, or boost student engagement.
So I might talk about how I used an online scheduling system to make it easier for students to book appointments, or how I created a virtual advising portal where students could find resources and connect with their peers.
Perfect.
So it's all about showing that you're comfortable with technology and using it to benefit those students.
Yeah, that demonstrating that tech proficiency is key in today's academic world.
Absolutely.
It shows that you're adaptable, you're innovative, and you're committed to providing a modern, engaging advising experience.
Okay.
All right, let's dive into a question that really gets to the heart of what advising is all about. How do you work with students to develop their academic and career goals?
This feels like the heart and soul
It is.
of this whole role.
Yeah.
So how can someone really shine when answering this question?
Share your strategies for helping students explore their options, set realistic goals, and create action plans. Do you use any career assessments, personality tests, values, clarification exercises?
Okay.
Have you helped students create personalized academic plans?
Right.
explore internship opportunities,
Yeah.
connect with mentors in their field,
Yeah.
bring your experience to life with some specific examples.
So I might talk about how I helped a student who was feeling lost and uncertain about their major to discover a passion for environmental science,
That's great.
or how I guided a student who was struggling academically to develop better study habits and improve their grades.
It's all about showing how you empower those students
Yes.
to take ownership of their future.
I love that. Okay, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to go back to RoleCatcher
Okay?
and emphasize how valuable that CV resume builder is.
It's an amazing tool.
It really is.
It's like having that resume expert in your pocket.
Yes. Who knows exactly what they're looking for?
Exactly. The AI analyzes job descriptions and it helps you tailor your resume.
Okay.
So it stands out, it can suggest relevant keywords, highlight your skills and experience, even help you craft that compelling summary statement.
It's like a personal branding expert.
It is.
It's amazing.
And don't forget the interview prep tool.
Right.
Practicing those answers and getting that AI-powered feedback can make a world of difference
They can.
in your confidence and your performance.
I'm starting to think that RoleCatcher is an essential tool for anyone who's preparing for an interview.
I agree. The insights and the feedback are invaluable.
Yeah, not just for academic advising, but really any job.
Absolutely.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground in this part.
We have.
Broken down some even more challenging questions, and learned more about how RoleCatcher can really help us prepare.
We did it.
I'm feeling good
Good.
about those interviews now. What's next?
Well, in part 3, we're going to wrap things up with some final tips for really acing that interview. And we'll explore the importance of reflecting on your personal approach to advising.
Okay, I can't wait. I'll see you in part 3. Welcome back to the deep dive. We've covered so much in this episode.
Sure.
From, really breaking down those tough interview questions to how to use RoleCatcher
Yeah.
as that secret weapon in your back pocket. But before we send you off, to conquer those interviews, are there any final tips
Oh, absolutely.
that you think candidates should really keep in mind? What can they do to really stand out?
So first and foremost, you really want to research that institution.
Okay.
Understand their mission, their values, their student demographics. It's going to show them that you've done your homework and you're genuinely interested.
So you're not just looking for any academic advising job, you're interested in them.
Exactly. And it's also going to help you tailor your answers
Okay.
to resonate with their culture next. Prepare some thoughtful questions
Oh, I love this.
to ask the interviewers.
Turn the tables.
Turn the tables, right?
Interview them.
It shows you're curious, you're engaged, and you really want to learn.
Yeah, and it allows you to figure out if this is the right place for you.
Absolutely. And of course, all those basics still apply. You know, dress professionally, arrive on time, be enthusiastic, be confident.
First impressions?
They matter. Your passion for helping students should really shine through.
I agree. Okay, let's shift gears for a second and talk about something we haven't explicitly talked about yet. Your unique value proposition.
This is it.
Okay.
This is where you showcase what sets you apart
Okay.
from all those other candidates. Think about your core values, your advising philosophy, and the skills and experiences that you bring to the table.
So it's not just saying I'm a great communicator or I'm a great problem solver.
Right.
It's about something deeper.
It is. What are your strengths?
Yeah.
What are you passionate about? What impact do you want to have on students' lives?
Maybe I'm really good at connecting with students who are feeling lost or helping them uncover their hidden talents. Or maybe I'm really good at breaking down complex concepts and making them easier to understand.
Yeah.
It's finding that special something that makes me me.
It is. And don't be afraid to let your personality shine through.
Right.
Authenticity is key.
Okay.
Interviewers can spot genuine passion a mile away.
I think we've covered it all.
I think so, too.
I'm feeling so much more prepared to go out there and tackle these interviews.
You got this.
Thank you.
You've gained some valuable insights. You're prepping smart. And with tools like RoleCatcher, you have that extra edge.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep into the things that matter to you.